Oh yeah, we are talking about that. You're right. I almost
Wait,
forgot.
where was?
Segments are pretty good for this week. I am pretty hyped about them.
So it's Zeus's Gangza, Zanga.
Zeusaganza.
Yeah, Zeusaganza, Black Adam, and Reverse Flash.
Weird. There's like a theme.
Lightning bolts.
What?
Oh, I know what the secret segment is.
DC shenanigans?
No, because everything is lightning.
No.
Thunder. Thunder.
Nope.
AKA Thunderbolt Ross. AKA.
No, don't go there. You can't.
No, is it because is it the secret segment? Did I get it?
Nah, I wish.
That would have been a good
Wish
secret
you-
segment.
It would have actually. That's not the segment. It
Not
does
the
have
segment.
some same sort of flashy lightning sort of element to it though. But you'll never get it. Anyways, hello and welcome to the Irresponsible
for it.
Comic Book Podcast. My name is Evan. I'm the producer here. I'm here with Wildcard William and our resident expert Dylan. We're here to talk to you about the latest and greatest comic book news from movies and television. Sometimes some actual comic stuff, but mostly the good stuff. Did I just call comics bad? Anyways,
You were getting at that reading sucks. That's what you were getting at.
I actually read a lot
that?
for somebody who is
Nerd.
as dumb as I am.
I read a decent amount as well, but it's like, comic books and fantasy.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have not read a book since I started reading Harry Potter and the Goosebumps series when I was a kid.
Oh my
And
god.
right after that.
Goosebumps, that's the secret segment.
He's never read in his life. That's
No,
the
not
that's some tea.
I mean, you could have said like I read during like reading out loud in the class or read a book before and all that, but that's about it. But
After that,
I mean that was only just homework.
he graduated
that
high
was like,
school and said, "Fuck books."
I wish.
Dang, dude. Dang. All right. Well, where do we even want to start today?
I don't know. You tell us,
We
buddy.
got so much stuff.
I was looking at it, and I think we should probably start with Black Adam.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
What?
Black Adam. We have a brand new trailer. We have a bunch of new footage. We have The Rock saying it's the first superhero movie ever. Just kidding.
It's The Rock.
I made that up. It's a fake tweet I made. Anyways, yeah, we have new footage from the trailer. I'll be showing some of it throughout this segment. We have new images and clips of Black Adam ripping off Iron Man, and that's just kidding. I love that meme. Have you guys seen that meme?
I have.
No,
It's
It's
no,
pretty
I
much
have
like
not.
the only thing that I've like actually seen.
What? You guys haven't seen
Well,
the
I've
trailer?
seen the other Black Adam stuff,
Oh,
but
okay.
like any of the stuff that's like shown in like mainstream media is the rip off of Iron Man 1 where he's flying
Yeah,
next to the
two
planes, and then in this it's the two jets and then Black Adam's behind it.
Yeah. It's
So-
literally just Black Adam's behind it versus in front of the jets. And so he's chasing down the jets, and then he ultimately smacks the shit out of one of the wings, and it just spirals and crashes. It's fucked up. I don't even know the context behind it. Obviously, we kind of know Black Adam's not the greatest guy. He's kind of a dictator,
Well,
Anti-hero.
he's the
He's legal.
villain.
Yeah, he's the villain of the movie. Yeah, by far. I mean, it's mostly like probably Dr. Fate trying to be like, look, man, you could be good. You really could be a good person. And then he's like, fuck this shit. Smacks the jet out of the air. That's the movie. That's the whole movie there. No, but
Yeah.
we got some new shots of like Atom Smasher running. People are comparing him to Deadpool for some reason because
His mask.
Their
Yeah,
costumes are pretty similar.
Their costumes have always
It's
been
mostly
similar.
like his mask.
Yeah,
It's the way his face mask more.
yeah, that's
No,
true.
besides those costumes, like just that's just a mask. They compared him to Deadpool,
Yeah.
saying Deadpool makes a surprise cameo.
Deadpool shows up. Oh god.
Yeah.
They bring in the Green Lantern and it's Ryan Reynolds. But then he's also he rips off the green suit and he's like, just kidding, guys.
I'm Deadpool.
Imagine. I'd love that.
It wouldn't happen.
It would
but
never. No, they couldn't pull that off.
It'd be great.
So then we saw some shots of Dr. Fate sort of in action doing something that looked like the mirror dimension. I'm actually very concerned about Dr. Fate and his character. I was very excited that we got it, but since seeing some of the new stuff, I'm like, oh God, what are they going to do to my boy? I don't know if you guys share that same sentiment or not.
No.
I don't think
We'll be
there's
fine.
much attention to that.
Oh, Dr. Fate is probably one of my top 5, maybe top 10 on a bad day characters from DC. I love Dr. Fate.
Okay.
He's fucking sick.
Okay.
So I am pissed they fucking gave him a weird ass helmet. They don't have eye holes in the helmet.
Not yet.
How is he gonna see?
He's got.
He doesn't need to.
I mean, yeah, technically he doesn't need to because he's a fucking omnipotent magic being. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, they designed this the classic Dr. Fate helmet, the only one there has ever been. It's the same design. You can like change a little bit of the structure of the helmet. Sometimes there's like a little point on it. Sometimes there's not, and it's just a smooth surface. But it's the same sort of like shaped helmet with a little triangle at the bottom with 2 eye slits, and that's it, right? Sometimes there's like it goes up around the ears and there's like a little bit of a gap there. Sometimes it's just a full-on helmet, but this one is like straight up just a box, sort of, almost. It's less of a triangle at the bottom and it's more circular sort of towards the end. It's not like it comes to a direct point, and then there's no eye holes, and there's like these 2 like lines on the helmet. Pull up the image of the Pop Funko just to give you an idea of what it looks like. The other side is completely flat and the other side has like these 2 lines on it, and you're like, what is this? I don't know. I look at it and I go, what are they doing? And on top of that, they're trying to like, I don't know if I agree with this, but people are saying it, they're trying to copy Doctor Strange by doing that little mirror dimension thing that he was doing in the trailer. And so like he like creates this like clear barrier that sort of resembles like what the mirror dimension would look like in the MCU. And so I don't think they're trying to copy that by any means, but I'm like, okay, do the classic cross, you know, that he does. And I don't know. I just am like, dude,
They're probably hiding it from the movie. That's why we're not gonna see the cross in the movie. If you think about it, trailers like to lead us away from it. You know.
That's true.
And if you think about it, obviously most people from the MCU are pretty much dumb shits. They don't know shit about DC.
Yeah, true.
Pretty much, they'll just automatically say, "Oh, you're copying from Marvel, this and that." Yeah. But like I said, the mask could be like when probably he doesn't fully have the full mask that we all know. Maybe it'll take some time, or maybe into the end, because who knows how long he's been Dr. Fate, because don't forget he has to make a deal with the actual guy.
Yeah, he has to make a deal with Naboo. Yeah, you're right. So I would assume, I mean, we do see like Kent Nelson like with the helmet off because it's Pierce Brosnan. So like there is like a deal already made, I would assume. But like I'm like thinking like maybe they like do something crazy where like Black Adam goes to like kill him or something and plunges the eye hole. I don't know. I just want the eye holes. I don't know.
I don't see that. I don't see that happening because that mask is pretty much impenetrable. Yeah.
I don't think they need to do the eye holes. It has definition, like where the eyes would be. That's like true, and it like it's not like they can't put the eye holes in it eventually.
Here, let me grab my Dr.
Like throughout the movie.
Let me just hold on.
I see it now. Like I have
no problem with that. To be honest,
I think the helmet looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it should be fine.
I just like this like classic look with the 2 eye holes. I mean, it won't focus.
I think eventually maybe we'll get the eye hole because maybe he'll get his own solo film in the near future if he survives this.
Oh, I think
which it's most likely he probably will.
Dude, he would honestly. Dr. Fate claps Black Adam easy. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Dr. Fate is possibly...
Maybe that's how we get Black Adam as the somewhat hero, because like they're trying to set up this movie to where he's the villain of the whole movie, right? But then they want to try to make him a hero eventually. That's kind of what they've said, right?
Yeah, they want to make him like part of.
They say Black Adam is mostly an anti-hero. Like he's like in the middle. He'll do some good things. He'll do some bad.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, there's like a line from Pierce Brosnan. So Pierce Brosnan's playing Dr. Fate, and he basically says, "You have the power to save the world or destroy it." So like they've like given Dr. Fate kind of like can see people's futures and destinies, and so he's basically saying like, dude, look, you're the key to like the future, and you have the power to be a hero and save the world or destroy it as we know it. So that basically means like, look, you can either team up with us and or the Justice League down the road, because I think this is going to be set in the past since we have all these JSA.
Justice Society, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah, we have all the JSA characters, but then it could have like a big old time jump to the present time. Say Dr. Fate, like, Black Adam goes off and pops off, and then Dr. Fate like imprisons him or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. They didn't give the nice thing about the trailer, like you said, William, was that they're hiding a lot of stuff. I have no idea what could actually happen in this. You guys have any ideas?
Well, we saw that it starts at least in the past, because Black Adam's son dies in his arms.
Yeah,
supposedly could be. They could do a switch to that he killed his son, so he obtained the power for himself. That's his original origin.
That's true. They could be doing a mislead on that trailer. That would actually be kind of cool to see, because he doesn't.
Think.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, he didn't he have like people around him?
Yeah, but I mean, like he gets the powers from Shazam. So I mean,
well, yeah, the wizard grants him the powers pretty much. Yeah,
I think that like his son, like in this version, if they do continue with what they're trying to do with the trailer, is like his son goes to like meet Shazam the wizard and says, "Please bring my father back. I'll do anything." And then like he's like, "All right, would you trade lives with him?" And then I don't know, something like that, because you can't. I would assume like, because he said he died, right? And then like his son traded his life, so I think that could be a possibility, or they're just doing a big old mislead and they're going to do the story where he kills his son. This is also like back in a time where I don't know if we'll see him, but Vandal Savage is like around and like stirring up stuff in Mesopotamia. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, maybe it could be, but I don't see Vandal Savage in this movie yet.
Maybe Vandal
right now
Savage
the way they portray this pretty much like it's pretty much you're fine. It's pretty much like an origin story kind of ways, and then it'll just lead up to see what happens afterwards.
What if
So do you think this is like an origin story, right? And then like the way it ends is like they leave it with you could be a hero or a villain, and then it goes into Shazam 2, and then we see him choosing to be a villain, trying to kill Shazam.
Ooh, yeah, because he wants all the power for himself. Yeah, I mean,
if you remember, in a few years back, before they started doing production for the movie, The Rock did say that don't worry, kids, he's gonna meet the kids and he's gonna teach them a lesson really bad.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I also distinctly remember from Shazam 1 that the wizard Shazam told Billy about a wizard, another guy who he had to trust, and then backstabbed him, which would be Black Adam. So we'll probably see the wizard Shazam. Obviously, that's almost certain to me. But then also, I'm like thinking about it. The Vandal Savage thing, just like I also love Vandal Savage. Vandal Savage could be the one who kills him in his mortal form before he becomes Black Adam.
Maybe.
It looks like it is kind of Egyptian.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Black Adam story is all about Egyptianness on that timeline. Yeah.
Technically, it's in the comics. It's Kahndaq, and they're like the Moon Knight director even like called out DC for like switching that up and like not being true to the Egyptian origin, which is I guess a valid criticism. However, it's a fictional world, so at the same time, it's whatever.
Yeah, but Black Adam's origin was like during those Egyptian times, so
100%. Yeah, like literally.
To direct it to the Moon Knight, read the comic books.
True, literally the like his like love interest is Iris, like the goddess Iris.
Oh,
okay,
So I mean, she's I don't know if we see her either, but I mean, it's probably more.
It's possible we might, but who knows?
Yeah.
Like a flashback. I could see like maybe like a flashback, him telling about what happened, who he was before he became Black Adam, pretty much.
I mean, we know for a fact that like if you have the powers of the wizard, that you're able to share those seats with people. So like he could have given her powers, which is how she ultimately, I think, gets them, if I'm remembering correctly. So she has the same
maybe
sort
they
of
could probably go
powers.
through that route.
Yeah, if he like tries to like bring her back to life, and maybe he tries to bring his son back to life, and it doesn't, work. I don't know, but yeah, the whole thing about it being Dr. Fate and Egyptian and stuff like that. For those of you that don't know Dr. Fate's origin, basically in a lot of incarnations, obviously he's a Lord of Order that has like come down and like created a helmet, and it's Nabu, and he basically makes this helmet, and the Lords of Order are working with Vandal Savage back before he was always kind of like a psychopath, but like they decide to like align themselves with him, and Nabu and the helmet end up being given to Vandal Savage's son, and then his son ends up getting murdered, basically trying to defend Mesopotamia against like a riot, that because Vandal Savage is this actual dictator, and so like that lines up with like Black Adam being a dictator at Kahndaq. I could see them doing something like that. Again, they haven't shown any of that sort of thing in the trailer, so this is me just being hopeful. But
yeah, but is Dr. Fate's body Zatanna's father?
no, not in this case.
No, I think we're like we're a little bit in the early stage of
Yeah.
Doctor Strange finding Zatanna. So yeah.
Oh no, this is like, this is probably back in like the 60s when the JSA is around. 50s, 60s area.
Maybe.
So
Maybe 60s, a little bit lower.
yeah.
Maybe a little early 50s, probably. Who knows?
Yeah. That's usually.
Let's talk about the Justice League. Then we get to see Hawkman.
Yes. True.
Obviously.
Hawkman
Adam
is
Smasher.
Thanagarian, so he's gonna stay alive even past this movie and live as long as anyone would.
Will we see a Hawk girl?
I hope.
I don't think so.
I wish, but
We have to. If they have to, it has to be like a young version of her before she becomes the Hawk girl that we all know and love in the Justice League animation show.
it's true. They could do it a couple different ways. So in some ways, they've been shown to like reincarnate. So every time they die, they get reincarnated into a new person on Earth, and then have to like grow up. That's how they did it in Arrow when they introduced Hawkgirl and Vandal Savage in that show, and like the Arrowverse in general. And then in some other instances, they're just literally like immortal, and because they're alien, they like live really, really long lives. And that's like the same thing with like Starfire, how like she's super, super old because she's from a different planet, and they just live a long time versus humans who die after 100 years or less. So
I personally think we see Wonder Woman before we see Hawk Girl.
really, ooh, that's actually not a stretch at all. We could see her.
We could probably see the picture, most likely.
The picture of her fighting World War
With
II.
Yeah.
She's still around during all these times, just kind of in hiding.
She's kind of hiding.
I could easily see her, maybe
Pop
not in a
up
movie,
for
but
a second, helping out.
Shall we place our bets if we can see her? Yes or no?
yeah, I'm down
Yes
to
or
play
no?
some bets on that. What do we want to bet? I'm just kidding.
Yes or no?
We'll do a limited run Hawkgirl shirt, and whoever gets it right, and so we'll guess if we see her, and if it is a yes, we have to say for how long screen time wise. Whoever's closest or right gets the shirt. So
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Evan. Since you're the one that's making all these bets, you're the gambler here.
I don't think we see Wonder Woman.
Okay.
So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
So 0 seconds.
I think we see Wonder Woman for 4 minutes.
Whoa, okay. It's a good guess. I respect it. All right, William. You gonna play the middle, or are you gonna go big? Go big or go home. She's gonna be in the whole movie.
Oh no, hell
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna go with the safe bet. I'm gonna say we're gonna see a picture of her, but they're gonna mention her, but she's not gonna make an appearance. We're gonna see a picture of her.
So how long is she on the screen, like Gal Gadot, in any shape or form?
About maybe 2 minutes. And they're saying, here's a picture of her. We heard about this place called the Amazon and all that. The lands and all that stuff.
Okay. All right, that's fair. So we got me with 0 seconds, 2 minutes, and then 4 minutes. All right. So if it's like the whole movie, Dylan's gonna win a shirt.
So hot girl.
Yeah, hot girl shirt. We don't.
But
Actually, that'll be for a Wonder Woman shirt. Then we'll do one for a hot girl as well. How about that?
Okay.
2 bets.
So hot girl. I think if she's gonna be in the movie, we see her for about 45 seconds.
Like a post-credit scene sort of thing. Okay.
Or just like Hawkman.
Hawkman.
Yeah.
Hawkman. It just, for whatever reason, it sounded weird when it came out of my mouth.
Like, huh? It is a little bit weird, yeah. Hawkman versus Hawk Girl. You think it's Hawk Boy. I get it.
But like Hawk Boy is Hawkman.
I got him.
Is like protecting her. Mm-hmm. So we see her behind him, like when he like spreads his wings or something.
Okay.
Like, and that's like all we see of her.
Okay.
Like a young version of her, pretty much, right?
It doesn't have to be a young one, but just like in general, like somebody who's not trained up yet.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
All right. Interesting. Okay. William, do you want to go next? Actually.
Sure. I think we might see her, but I don't think she's gonna. I think Hawkman is gonna mention her, saying, there's another a great warrior in my planet. He'll mention her real name. I think it was Shariah. Shariah. There you go, Shariah. That did I fucking messed up out there. Right?
It was close, actually. That's good.
Shariah, and maybe we'll see like a image of her, her still in training and all that, and have like a little training mini series for like a good minute or so, her training to become Hawk Girl, pretty much.
So Dylan's at 45 seconds. You're at a minute. Or a couple minutes? Where exactly?
Yeah, a couple minutes. Like I'd say about maybe a safe bet, like a minute to like 2 minutes of a mini training session for her practicing with her weapon, with her mace and all that stuff.
Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna shoot for. It's tough because, I feel like we would have got a casting. I don't think they hide it. I want to go with
they do, man.
I kind of want to go with they don't have her at all.
Okay.
Like I think that's too big of a secret for DC to hide. So
that's fair.
I think I'm gonna go with 0 again on both.
Oh,
not that I don't want to see them, but I'm just trying to
anti-woman over here, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Anti-woman.
Oh God.
Cancel him right now, boys.
I'm gonna get roasted.
And girls.
I'm gonna get roasted in the comments section. No, I do want to see them for sure, but it's a matter of I want to win the shirts more. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Even if I win the shirts, I can just give it to you.
That's just.
He wants the win to become sexist. He says no Hawk Girl, no Wonder Woman.
Get out of here. No, I do not. I think that's a pretty good synopsis of what we got going on. There's not too much really else going down in the trailers at all, other than just the fact that like it's this uncertainty behind whether or not he's actually going to turn out as a good guy or a bad guy. It's hard to see The Rock as like a villain type sometimes. He's more of like an anti-hero. He's good at an anti-hero.
He is. He is, but let's look at he was a bit of an anti-hero. Depending what The Rock does, The Rock's portraying him like like this tough son of a gun, because The Rock. If we all know, The Rock could play a good guy and a bad guy. If you saw him throughout his wrestling career and also a little bit of his movie career,
That's true. Yeah,
he could play. He could play a bit of an asshole as well as you could tell.
I think of like Red Notice. If you guys watched that with him, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot, they did like a sort of spy, like tracking down these eggs movie sort of thing, and to like lead to Cleopatra's treasure or something like that. And he was like a sort of a good guy, but also sort of a bad guy, kind of on edge with Ryan Reynolds, like sort of wanting to work with him, but also sort of not. Lots of twists and stuff like that. He did really good in that role, so I could see him
another. Another one. I believe it was either G.I. Joe or was it Doom? I think where he becomes a real asshole in one of those military movies. I forgot the movie.
I'm trying to remember which
one.
It
was Doom.
It's probably Doom.
There you go. Yep, Doom. Yeah, Doom was like he becomes a real asshole to the guys over there, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could see him being a little bit of a dickhead.
Well, apparently he is. Apparently he is one on the set.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yes, he is.
Right.
A little bit of a celebrity gossip. He is a bit of an asshole behind set. He had beef with Vin Diesel. He had beef with Tyrese Gibson during the Fast and the Furious saga.
That's right.
Which is why he's no longer part of it because still having beef with Vin Diesel and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And supposedly, he's pretty much saying the truth about the cast of Fast and the Furious, saying, they're not ready. Most of them are unprepared. Most of them are sloppy. This and that.
Wow.
So last question though. So we know that Shazam is an acronym for like gods, right?
Yes.
Does he get his power from Egyptian gods, or does he get his powers from Zeus?
I think he gets his powers still from.
Oh come on! That was a segue.
No, I know. I was gonna do the. Speaking of big old bulky lightning guys, we got Zeus Aganza.
I think he'll have his powers from Egyptians though.
I would like that.
The stamina of Shu, the swiftness of Horus, the strength of Ammon, the wisdom of Zaheti, the power of Aten, and the courage of Mahin.
Oh.
Is that all canon in Black Adam comics, or is it okay? That's what
it is. It is.
He'll probably get all those from them then. Yeah.
So like it switches between it. So they sometimes have the powers come from Egyptian gods, or powers from Roman and.
Yeah, I think I think it can be interchangeable because I know Billy when Shazam the Wizard described it to Billy, he definitely used the Roman gods or the Greek.
Yeah,
gods.
so Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury.
He used the Greek and Roman gods, but yeah, no, literally, it could go interchanging. So like he gets his powers from them, but like the other way around for Black Adam, even though it's like the same, same set of powers, same guy giving you them. That'd be kind of cool to see. Yeah. So let's go into Zeus Aganza. Speaking of the Romans and the Greeks, we got a lot of adaptations of Zeus very recently and or coming soon. We got obviously the Zeus that was in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and they're comparing him to the Zeus in Love and Thunder, who's played by Russell Crowe. And a lot of people on the internet are making fun of either side for being a certain way. A lot of people think that Thor Love and Thunder is the correct adaptation because Zeus is kind of like this gluttonous, not so cool guy. And then in Zack Snyder's Justice League, they paint him as this buff dude who's super, super crazy dope. I don't know what to describe him as, but people think he's like, being glorified in a wrong way. How do you guys feel about that?
I think both are correct, given the time periods.
Yeah, because I think Zeus is like really young for a god back then.
Well, also, if you think about it, like the Zeus that we saw in Zack Snyder's he was an old battle-ready Zeus.
Correct.
Or old-time battle-ready Zeus. He's young at the time.
Yeah.
Where in Love and Thunder, he's theoretically on another planet.
Yes. Yeah.
In a planet
world.
Yeah, and on a different planet that doesn't need him to be battle ready because they need him to be the leader of the gods.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm sure he's still extremely powerful, so he can keep the other gods in line. Thus, the flick of his fingers and gets rid of all of Zeus's or all of Thor's clothing. But like I think both are correct. Like if you would think about it, like even with like the Percy Jackson one coming up, like
Whoa.
I could see the Thor in that one, or not Thor, Zeus in that one being a little bit more overweight because he doesn't have to do stuff.
Well, yeah, that's true. Let's see who's gonna play him. I don't know if they have somebody. Obviously,
They just cast a bunch of people.
yeah, they did. That's
They
why
always do.
Percy Jackson. Yeah, they just did this like last week, some point. They added 5 members to the cast. They added Jason Mantzoukas. I butchered his name, but he's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Virginia Cole, Glenn Turman, Megan Mullany, and Tim Sharp. They're all supposed to be recurring guest star roles.
Okay.
Obviously, Walker Scobell, the kid from the Atom Project, is Percy Jackson, which we covered on this channel. I'll link it down in the description. It's over in the cards up there.
Did we?
Yeah, I did. You did. I mean, we all watched it, but I think I did a full-on review for it at one point, so it should be up. So it looks like Mullally will play Electo, which is the Mrs. Dodds character. Did you guys watch the old Percy Jackson movies with Logan Lerman?
I did.
I did as well. Yeah, I did as well.
That's like
I've also read all of the books.
Oh, nice. So that's like the Fury.
I did not read the books.
The teacher that turns into the Fury sort of character.
One of the Furies, yeah.
Yeah, that's who Mrs. Dodds is. So Mullally plays. She's in Will and Grace Party Down Children's Hospital. So she's like the math teacher that's super strict. They go on that field trip, and then like Chiron gives him the pen, and she attacks him.
Percy.
Yeah. So she's like loyally serves Hades, god of the underworld. Mantzoukas is Dionysus, so the drunk guy. That's fucking perfect, actually. So he's he runs Camp Half Blood, so he'll be like a series regular in charge of the camp. So they basically like put him there and make him like this.
And I believe it's Dionysus.
Dionysus, you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, so they in this adaptation, I'm assuming they're gonna keep it same as the books. They take away his ability to drink wine, and anything he creates, it turns into water at that point. Or he like tries to like pour himself wine, it turns into water. They strip him of his powers. It's pretty messed up.
It's because he's got to repent.
He's an alcoholic, man. You know
no,
I mean?
he literally has like it's his. Zeus made him. Well, he got in trouble, and Zeus made him become the leader of the camp.
Yeah. And
he's got to show that he cares to get his powers back.
Exactly. Yep. All right. So then Cole appears as Sally Jackson, which is going to be Percy's mom, obviously. Turman.
Yeah, as far as I remember, they haven't cast the Zeus yet.
Yeah, they have Turman playing Chiron, or Mr. Brunner, who's his Latin teacher at first.
He'll be in a wheelchair.
Yes.
Wheelchair.
And then Sharp is playing Gabe Ugliano, who's the stepfather, the shitty stepfather. I hate that guy. Reading that name makes me go, ugh, because he's such an abusive asshole.
Yeah, Gabe sucks.
Yeah, fuck Gabe. Oh my god.
He's all right.
I didn't even know he is not. He's awful, dude. His dad's
I know.
Dude.
He's the stereotypical shitty stepdad.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh man.
Great guy.
Let's see. Which ones? I don't know which ones are which. So I'm looking at a photo here trying to piece together who's who. Chiron is it doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah. I think the casting is pretty good, even though I can't piece together anybody except for Jason because I watched him in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think the rest of the cast, if I'm putting them in the right spot, like it's a pretty solid fit for all of them.
Okay.
But yeah, they don't have a Zeus. Who would we like to see as Zeus in that sort of role? So let's like kind of compare it to Percy Jackson, the original like Lightning Thief movie. They had Sean Bean, I think, playing Zeus. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay. That is right. So they had Sean Bean playing Zeus. You want like a sort of like Not like super bulky guy, maybe. Probably not a super. Maybe they do somebody a little bit bigger this time, like Jack Black.
I don't know if they would do
That would
Jack
be
Black.
awful.
I mean, it would be funny, but
Oh, yeah.
he's also got to be kind of serious, especially in
Yeah.
the Percy Jacksons.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
Yeah, and Jack Black's never serious.
No, not at all. He can't.
I mean, he can be.
He can
It's
be.
just
It's hard
Oh,
to
they
get
had
him in
to-
that zone.
In my opinion, there had to have been like a really serious movie or serious moment for him to be serious.
Yeah.
well, I think they would have to try to do Jack Black circa Orange County, because he was still the comedy relief, but he was
Yeah.
a serious comedy relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think would fill that role pretty well though as Zeus? So like somebody like also like in the Wrath of the Titans, that was like Liam Neeson in that movie. So like you have to get like a super sort of serious guy to play Zeus, I feel like, for this series. But also,
I'm not
you
sure
can't
yet.
get- you can't get like a big old A-lister for a Disney Plus show, really, unless somebody really wanted to be Zeus.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
You could. I mean, look what they did for mostly of the. I mean, they got mostly of Downey Jr. All of them. They got their own movies.
That's true.
Well, thinking about it, like with it being Disney, and Disney already having Russell Crowe,
think
There you
what
go.
if they just
Crowe-
tried to keep continuity's sake and did Russell Crowe?
That would open too many doors for people thinking there's going to be crossovers, I think. But
Yeah, I
don't-
guess
Yeah,
it's not a
but,
stretch at all, though. It could happen.
they're gonna say, oh, make them crossover, make a multiverse for them.
Yeah.
Say that they have their own multiverse and all this and that, and
Who played? We also have to know who plays Poseidon. I forget who that was.
that was
It was. Doesn't even tell me who plays Poseidon in Percy Jackson.
I can't remember.
Kevin
off the top of
McKidd.
my-
It was
Who?
Kevin McKidd.
Kevin
It
McKidd.
wasn't anybody that you like really would have
Yeah.
like known.
He's a Scottish
Yeah.
guy. He's Owen in Grey's Anatomy. That's what he's known for mostly. I kind of like recognize him from Grey's Anatomy. Seeing like a picture of him outside of Percy Jackson, I'm like, oh, I've seen that guy in clips on. Yeah, so
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so I could see them doing like, so there's a couple different TV shows out there that are like kind of similar. So
Yeah.
there's like Vikings and Warriors and all that kind of stuff. Like if they got somebody from one of those TV shows to play Zeus, I think it would probably be a good like,
Okay.
that could
That's
work.
fair.
like because they're not super well known outside of like those TV shows.
So I have a kind of a. I know this is mostly about Zeus, but I just thought of a perfect Poseidon.
Okay.
Logan Lerman comes back as Poseidon.
I could see them doing that, but he's also a little young.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you let him grow his facial hair out. You do some makeup.
Yeah. You maybe digitally age him a bit.
Yeah. I don't see what would be wrong with that. If he'd be like down to like come and be a part of that universe again, I don't know if he would be, but wait,
He loved it.
hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, this is just Percy Jackson fans really want him to be Poseidon. So that's not. I'm not even the first person to think about this. There's a whole article from April 7th. So like, back when they announced the show, they're like, please bring him back.
So I could actually see them doing Charlie Hunnam
Charlie
Ooh.
Hunnam would be good for
as Zeus.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Okay. Not bad.
Do you think they could get him?
I think they could. He's done a few random lower budget movies and stuff,
Okay.
and like
I mean, it's gonna be.
he hasn't been a
show.
huge star outside of Sons of Anarchy,
Yeah, that's true.
and he's definitely tried.
I mean, there's so many people that have tried to fan cast him as certain roles. It's insane. I've seen people say they want him as Wolverine. I've seen people say they want him as. Who else have I seen them say? Literally, so many roles. I can't even remember them off the top of my head. Let me just look up his name and then fan cast. Because yeah. Oliver Queen, that's right, duh. people were like, hey, we want to see him as Captain America in Multiverse of Madness as a variant. Because he was like, he actually went to audition for the role at one point. Who else have they? Yeah, they've cast him as Wolverine. They've cast him as Sabretooth, ironically.
He could look. I could see him as a Sabretooth.
Yeah. They've cast him as Black Bolt. This is there's been so many. I've seen so many fan casts on Twitter. It's insane, actually. So,
from looking at his filmography right now, he is only working on two things. He's working on a movie called Rebel Moon, and he's working on a TV show called Shantaram.
Shantaram.
It's a heroin addicted, incarcerated in robbery accident, prison, blah 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 blah, doctor, blah blah blah. Some kind of like Prison Break style movie show.
Interesting. Okay.
House. Who knows what's going on there?
It was
Prison
a book,
Break.
I think. It looks like.
Yeah, Rebel Moon is Zack Snyder's film. That's coming out pretty soon, I think. Let's look here. Yeah, she's supposed to star in it, I think. Oh, it doesn't have a date, actually. Maybe they're just starting to film.
I believe they are. Yeah.
That makes sense. But,
Dun
yeah, I would love to see him as Zeus. Anyways, the other thing that we have to do for this segment, Zeus Aganza, is rank the Zeuses that we've seen live action so far. So, I mean, we only have like 3 seconds to work off with Russell Crowe, but it's a more silly version. And basically, this is all just our own, perspective, what we think we like out of these. So basically, we're gonna rank him, Sean Bean, or Russell Crowe and Thor: Love and Thunder, Sean Bean and Percy Jackson, and then the Zack Snyder's Justice League, Zeus. Obviously, you don't get a ton of lines from him, and we've barely seen
any of them really.
Russell Crowe. We don't have a ton of any of them, but we're gonna rank them anyways because it's fun. So, who wants to go first?
I'm gonna abstain this because I really don't have a list. There's like really I'm like I mean, look, it's nice to have them all there. It's cool enough, but
Wow.
I really don't care for them.
Wow.
I really don't care for any of them.
True wild
I
card
know.
passion.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
I'm gonna abstain. I really don't care for any of them. Sorry.
Damn. Okay.
And
That's
I'm
fair.
sure they'll all do great. I mean, it was a nice, moment, but
All right.
whatever. I don't care for any of them. I'm abstaining, so you
Damn.
guys take over.
All right. Let's do it.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it is. That's the whole point.
I'm gonna put Russell Crowe at 1. I think he's gonna do great.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna put Liam Neeson /
Oh yeah, I guess we can include him too.
well, I mean, it's the same character.
Yeah.
They just recast.
Yeah.
So Sean B and Liam Neeson is 2, and then the number 3 as Zack Snyder.
Dang. Okay. See, I really like the adaptation of Snyder, even though like it's a younger, battle-ready version. I thought he fit the bill perfectly. Like I could see. If he wanted
it's
to come
great.
play,
It's just it's hard to put him in an order.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
I would honestly put him first. I like him a lot, and then I guess I have to put Russell Crowe in last and put Sean Bean and Liam Neeson in the middle because I don't think I have enough of Russell Crowe to go off of yet, and I don't know if I'm gonna like the even though it's technically accurate to Zeus, he's still a bit aggressive, and I would hope that we see that in the movie. So maybe he's fun, lighthearted in front of the big old crowd, and then behind the scenes, or even right before that battle scene in that area, you just see him go demonic and go and you're like, oh shoot, okay, yeah, that's
He gets serious and then he dies.
yeah, pretty much Gore kills him right there, I would
Yep.
assume.
Comes out
But,
of a pocket behind him and stabs him.
Yeah.
Yep.
But at least if you see some aggression from him, that's the kind of character Zeus is. The moment he gets offended, he turns into an entirely different guy. So
Did
we did
really?
that
I
from
think
Russell
more the
Crowe-
more he gets serious, not the more he gets offended.
I think it's like, I don't know, he has like a lot of ego problems in mythology.
Oh, he does.
So like that's kind of what I meant, more than like offended, but like he'll get the wrong thing and he'll just get way too into it, you know? He'll hear the wrong thing, somebody will say the wrong thing, and he's like, oh, you motherfucker, you've done it now. So
Well, just flick him.
just flick him. Dude, imagine if he like used his full power there though. Like I think he's pretty powerful. So that's why
Yeah,
I'm,
he
like,
definitely is.
worried that like
No one cannot undermine saying Zeus is not that powerful. If someone
Yeah.
says Thor is powerful than Zeus, they are completely dumb.
Yeah, I mean, in the comics, I think Thor is actually strong. Is he? I
Thor
don't
is
know.
technically stronger than
Yeah.
Zeus in the comics.
But that's
In the
that's
comics,
also,
yes.
That's also like the older Thor, because you get more powerful as Asgardian.
Exactly,
age.
yeah,
But not
yeah.
this version of Thor. Thor'd get clapped,
No.
I think. So,
Yeah.
I think that's about all we have to say about Zeus. That's too much. Too much Zeus for a day. I shouldn't have done that as a segment. Just kidding. Anyways,
No,
we
you did
got
fine.
more lightning. Reversed Flash is our next segment. Our
Again?
final segment. Reversed Flash.
Again?
This is more about kind of the same sort of thing we've been talking about with the CW verse, and how they're trying to build their universe up towards Blackest Night, and part of that might end up being the Reverse Flash. We talked about him possibly getting a ring. I watched some clips from the latest episode. I don't watch every episode, but I watch a lot of the clips. He had a whole thing where they locked him up. You remember on Lian Yu how they have that Argus cell underneath the ground? He's locked up there, and he doesn't have any Speed Force powers left in him. They drained him of his power, and he's locked up in there. And he starts, Barry starts taunting him, trying to get information about some other random speedster that showed up in, Central City randomly. And he starts taunting him about how, oh, you're just afraid that someone's going to replace you, and they're using the reverse Speed Force, and you can't access it, and like, you're not actually like my greatest villain. And Reverse Flash pops off, starts screaming about how he hates him. It's a pretty intense clip. It's obviously Harrison Wells, this Tom Cavanaugh. It's pretty
Great
intense.
Reverse Flash.
Yeah, he's
He's just an amazing actor.
dude. He's so
He is.
good. I don't know. I mean, he's not wasting his talents at the Flash.
No,
He's just showing how good he is there in comparison to everybody else around him. He should be in some.
He's
bigger
by
stuff.
far the best actor.
Yeah, by
He is.
far. And I mean, some of that can be chalked down to his experience and being older, but at the same time, he's just phenomenal. So that scene is super intense, but it just like proves even more when we were talking about it a couple weeks ago that he's probably gonna get that red ring. Like if they do this storyline, and it seems like they are sort of building up to it. Yeah, I don't want to spoil the show or talk about that too much because it's not super important, but Reverse Flash is supposed to ultimately end up breaking out of there somehow, like, and becoming the villain. And it doesn't make sense how he gets out of there without the reverse Speed Force. Unless...
He gets the red ring.
Exactly. So, unless somehow he gets, his Speed Force back, I mean, they could do it that way, but they've already done him as a speedster, as a villain. He's never fast enough. I would love to see him just get a red ring and they start launching into that. What about you guys? I mean, not that we're going to watch it, but...
I mean, it would be interesting, and it might actually pull a lot of people back in if that's the case.
Yeah, I think it would be
So-
dope. I would pull me back in for sure, because I think we've talked about this before. I was gonna cover season 8 for this, and they did like the Armageddon event for the first 5 episodes, and then they stored him away in that vault, and he's been locked up since. But now I think there's still like 10 or so episodes left. They're supposed to be bringing him back for becoming the ultimate villain of the season.
Okay.
So if they do that Red Lantern ring, I'm gonna watch. I guarantee you, I will be watching.
I mean, it's possible. You can't. I mean, it's right there. It's all set up for him to actually have the red ring ready already. Saying, "Okay, here it is. Boom. Let me just get the hell out."
Yeah.
Like I said, none of us haven't followed the show that much since since the whole the whole
the
incident pretty much.
We'll call it.
Yeah.
I don't think I followed it since season 4 or 5.
That's probably about when he got cut. So it was like
I think no. It was like after 6 actually.
Oh, really?
Season 7, yeah, season 7 he wasn't there, I believe.
Yeah.
The last time I followed the show was when Barry's daughter comes in, and Harrison Wells. They kept bringing in different Harrison Wells from the other.
Yeah. The crossover. Yeah, that was I believe that was around. That was like around the crossover, the annual crossover.
But that's the last time that I watched it.
I know I watched through parts of season 6, and then I dropped off for all of season 7. I watched some of season 5, and then I was like, wow, Cicada sucks. And then I watched some of season 6, and then barely any of season 7, and then I was like, oh, 8 looks really good, Reverse Flash, and then they stored him away, and then
6 was what was his name?
Was it
his wife?
I think it was Bloodwork in season 7. Mirror Master was season 6.
Okay.
I think that's right. So it was like
good, because I remember Bloodwork was like, slowly getting his power, and I think he made his debut. And they were still doing the whole Mirror Master because Iris got stuck inside the mirror dimension.
Yeah, they did like a kind of like ongoing thing with that where the mirror dimension was still an issue thing.
Yep.
So where it like became Iris's arc. Yeah. So they did like season 1 Reverse Flash, Zoom, Savitar, The Thinker. Then they did Cicada, Mirror Master, and then Bloodwork, and then it was still sort of some Mirror Master stuff into 7.
Yeah.
And then season 8 they had Reverse Flash, and then like I don't even really know. I haven't been paying that much attention. They did Deathstorm, and they've done like they did Godspeed a little bit also in season 7. So they were doing some
I remember that
stuff. He was part of an arc for a little bit. I don't know how many episodes.
Yeah, because it said that there was more multiple Godspeeds coming in over and over.
Yeah, I remember now. For 7, the first 13 episodes or whatever was Bloodwork, and then they transitioned to it being Godspeed. But like the whole mirror dimension and Iris being weird has been like a thing for a while, I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah. She got stuck, and then like she somehow convinced the wife to release her, or the husband. I think she was stuck with someone else in there. So get us out of here. You could change to become the person. All that other high morality BS.
Yeah, I didn't follow most of it. I watch a lot of the clips and stuff like that to just kind of keep myself in the know of what's going on there, which is why we have talked about it so many times. Because if they do the Blackest Night, that'll bring. I would watch every single episode regardless of how corny it might get. Like, I don't care. I want to see Black Lanterns. I want to see Green Lanterns and Blue Lanterns and live action.
The one thing we gotta see is have John Diggle as the Green Lantern in this. You cannot have him.
The whole reason, like, I was like expecting to continue watching the Arrowverse after Arrow ended, because I was like, oh, well, John's gonna have a Green Lantern ring, so that's dope. I'm gonna watch. And then they still he's never put it on, and I'm like, dude, that's such a huge waste of potential.
Or like they haven't given him the green light to have him use the green light.
I get that. That's funny. Yeah, I'd love to see it. The other part of this segment actually is, was ironically, I'd be like, oh, we reversed, what we were thinking about the Flash and Ezra Miller, and then he fucked up again. So it's kind of. That's
good old
awkward.
Ezra Miller, always guaranteed for a.
Think he's in the clear.
A misdemeanor.
Yeah, no, we think he's in the clear, and then he kidnaps somebody. So.
Yeah,
he's trying to be the fastest man alive, man. I mean, let the Flash do his thing, man.
This one was child grooming, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No. It wasn't really child grooming. I heard he was like he was selling drugs to the kids, pretty much.
Well, yeah. That's what I heard. So he was like hanging out with this girl, and she was like 16 or 17 when they first had met somewhere. I don't know how they met. Maybe at a fan event or something. And then he stayed in contact with her, and has like been selling her drugs apparently, and then she went disappearing, and I don't even know, I haven't checked back in on the situation. She might even still be missing. Her parents are looking for her, and she's off with Ezra somewhere, and he stole her phone, or like shut it off, or broke it, or something along those lines. Let me look it up.
Or he phased her out of the world.
Oh God. Let's see.
Yeah, he sent her into the Speed Force, to never be seen again. That's the power of the Flash.
Oh.
The Flash has gone rogue.
The courts are apparently looking for him, but they cannot find him even.
Uh-oh.
So it's like this 18-year-old girl who they just signed a protective order. Ezra Miller they say that he's brainwashed, is on the run with their child a day ago. She's their daughter is apparently like an activist, so like maybe she's like, her name is Dakota Iron Eyes, so I think she's Native American.
Iron Eyes? Okay.
Yeah, I think she's Native American, I would guess. And then
oh god,
so
if she's one of those persons that says that, you know, I have Native American heritage in my blood, oh god, they're so annoying.
I think she actually looks pretty
her name is Sarah Jumping Eagle.
Oh god.
No, that's her parents.
That's her parents?
Yeah, her father.
Oh my.
Her
yeah,
mother,
so they're in South Dakota.
Her mother, yeah, they're like Lakota.
They're Lakota.
Yeah, that makes sense. So they're like actually Native American heritage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they probably, I don't know if they live like on a reservation or something.
They don't
know. Yeah, I don't.
No, they don't. They probably live in the casinos.
The casinos, but basically Dakota, she's called Miller her comrade. What the frick? But she was in Hawaii when he initially got arrested.
There's an article that just came out 2 hours ago. It says the family claims actor Ezra Miller is controlling teen and cult situation.
Yeah. So like he's like created this like environment with her that like they're doing some sort of like.
He's not letting Dakota or the other girls bathe or wear makeup.
Oh.
Really?
There's other girls involved now too. Great. That's...
Uh-oh.
So Miller is now traveling with Dakota and several other young women in California.
Yikes.
It's an R. Kelly type situation.
So he's gonna piss on her.
Oh god.
And you wonder why we don't live on the West Coast.
There's like some bruising on her arms, it looks like, from a photo that was shared to her mom. Yikes. It's just really not good. The whole thing that this segment was supposed to be about mostly was that, it looks like the movie has turned a corner and it's getting positive reviews. Mm-hmm. And now we're just getting closer to an Amber Heard situation where people are planning on literally boycotting Aquaman 2 because of Amber Heard unless they remove the footage, sort of deal. And we're going to get the same sort of people saying the same thing about The Flash. It's ultimately just going to destroy the opening week and put this bad press out there.
I mean, it could destroy the opening, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
People are still going to watch it regardless. I mean, there are going to be those so-called insensitive people, those so-called activists saying that they're gonna boycott and let them. You know, there's still other people that are gonna watch the movie regardless. That's saying, true. Fuck it. Yeah. They're gonna say fuck it. Let's just go watch the movie. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you think about like we're talking about this every single week and sitting down and like actively reading articles and stuff like this. However, I mean, that's not the majority of the people. They maybe read the headlines and then they share the memes, but like they don't actually know what the situation is. That's kind of why we do this show. But yeah, that's he's got some issues. He needs to go to rehab. He needs to go somewhere. I don't know if he needs to get locked up or what, but he will probably mostly get locked up if they do catch him. He's gonna do some time. Yeah. He's most likely gonna do some time, and this and that, and he's gonna get some psychological help, pretty much. Yeah. Warner Brothers has already come out and said because of the screenings that they did that they're like, we are not replacing him in the movie. We'd have to reshoot the entire thing. It's too late. We're not doing it. And exactly. Yeah. So they're gonna put the movie out either way, but I don't know if they can continue using him in the future. I think they're going to have to recast him after this one. Like this is probably after the successful, depending how successful this movie gets, they do have to recast him afterwards. So yeah. If and when they ever catch him. Yeah, they'll catch him. Easy.
I don't know, man. The man's pretty fast, you know. The man could just
man.
run
That's
nonstop,
true.
you know.
You're right.
They haven't caught him yet, you know.
Except for the 2 times he was already arrested.
He was already like they caught him off guard. They caught him in a bad day. That's why.
He turned himself in. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well.
All we can say is run, very run.
Ah, man. Jesus. Can't believe this is where we're at trying to defend this man. Oh, gosh.
I'm not trying to defend him. Okay, so Ezra Miller met her when he was 19. She was 9.
Oh, great. That's strange as hell. Why? I mean, that's like 10 years ago now, almost. So,
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
So there's a legitimate grooming case against him.
Yeah, there is. I mean, that's taking it way too. Like, you met this person when they were a 9-year-old, and now you're hanging out with them 10 years later. I mean, like, I don't know anybody I met that was a 9-year-old when I was 19 that I'm like, yes, I'm actively hanging out with you. Never. No.
No, that's weird.
That's pretty weird. So, that's some R. Kelly type shit. That's what Jumping Eagle said when they talked to the press. It's an R. Kelly type situation.
Jumping Eagle. Yeah, this guy Jumping Eagle said.
Jumping Eagle even said that she had caught Ezra trying to sleep in the same room as Dakota when she was 14.
Oh yeah, great. When he's 24 or whatever.
Yeah, they're 10 years apart.
Great.
About.
That's like if I try to go sleep with a 14-year-old right now. That's
Whoa.
not okay. God damn. Yikes.
Well, then again, if you think about girls at that age, they always try to attract the older guys, you know.
Yeah, there is that.
It happens throughout a little bit to middle school and into high school. You know, they always say that, you know, they want like an older boyfriend. You know, they want like a guy that's like over 21 or so, or more older.
Yeah.
You know, just to make him feel special.
Yeah, it's a two-way street, but realistically, he should know better. You know what I mean? Ezra should,
I mean,
Ezra should know
do
better.
Hollywood actors know better? If you think about it,
No.
do Hollywood actors know better?
True, they don't.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn.
I've been over Ezra Miller for quite some time.
Yeah. It's pretty strange behaviors. Anyways, I think that's all we gotta say about that guy. He's whack. We did not hit our
Wackadoodle
segment today. I don't think you guys were.
I
able to
tried.
get it.
I said Thunderbolt Ross at the start.
That's actually for next week. Sorry.
Oh.
It would have been a good secret segment, actually. Do you guys want to know?
Sure.
It was Morbius 2, Return of the Morbin Time.
Oh.
Because it's back in theaters. I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
Well, it went back in theaters. It's no longer back in theaters.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was only there for about a weekend, right?
It was a weekend, and then they said, nope, just kidding.
It bombed again.
Yeah, no.
85,000. That's about it. Went to go see it.
Yikes. 85, not even 85,000 people. $85,000 total is what it made. And they probably had to pay a lot more to get it into the theaters. I think it was a funny attempt, but overall...
I don't think they don't pay a lot.
I don't know actually how that relationship works. I've always wondered how much like movie theaters have to like pay
I'm thinking they're probably under contract saying, okay, AMC, you're gonna get here's a contract, you know, here's a contract of us, you know, sending you guys the movie to us or this and that, you know.
Yeah, they have to like kind of be like, here's an X amount of money for you to like to show this movie, and then you get
give us this certain percentage of the ticket sales. Yeah. I don't
because
know
they can't just demand them to show a showing.
Yeah. It has to be like, hey, we're gonna pay you up front to show this, so you have some cash flow, and then you're gonna give us the money for the ticket sales under a contract, so they can't break it. You know, obviously they wouldn't. Most movie theaters have a good relationship with studios, so then they sell all these tickets, and then they go, okay, here's the money for it, but we're keeping this 10% or whatever it is, probably.
Yeah. I mean, most movies would say, you know, oh, this movie's gonna be in select theaters, you know, as in like, you know, the studio selects which theater they're gonna put, you know, oh, let's put in say in you know, Colorado or in Jersey, you know.
True.
Well, I think just it's the AMC in general, so, or like whatever the big movie company is. So like the big movie company talks to the studio, and then that movie company tells the trickle down effect of like this theater gets this movie.
Yep. True.
Chug.
Already did.
Go.
Already did.
Anyways, I think that's all we have for this episode. Thank you for
excuse me.
watching. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Irresponsible Comic Book Podcast. We're here every single week. Episodes air at Monday, noon Mountain Standard, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have other episodes go up throughout the week. We're covering Stranger Things, Obi-Wan. I just finished The Young Justice. The series finale just came out, and I'm now covering Miss Marvel.
Which was a great first episode.
Yeah, it was.
You get to see Jersey City, guys. Welcome to my state.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much.
We actually saw William's house in the movie. I don't know, or in the show. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Did you? Yeah,
we did actually.
Did you? You did?
Did you not see your own house?
We did.
I've been D-dogged by Disney.
Oh no!
They're doxing me.
They're doxing him.
It's actually Camilla's house. That's why William went away for a while.
Yeah, he went AWOL.
Exactly.
Oh shoot! Yeah, they had to film.
They called me. They're saying, "Hey, listen, you
guys
want
got
to use your
perfect house."
Yeah, exactly. You got the perfect house. You got the perfect little roof to sneak out. So yeah, like, all right, fine. Here, just give me the check. We'll talk this over. Go ahead.
Yeah. Did you actually? The injury, was that because you jumped off the roof, or?
That too, yeah. Let's definitely jump off the roof. I was like, look at me, I can fly.
Oh no, he tried to use the powers. He didn't have the gauntlets though.
Nope, I did not have the bracelet.
The one bracelet.
The one bracelet to rule them all.
Oh man.
Sadly.
Oh, one ring to rule them all.
Oh, good little reference there. I liked it. But yeah, that's pretty much all we got here. We will see you next week. Until then, take care of yourselves, drink water, don't shit your own bed. Bye. I don't know why I included that.
Who shits their own bed?
Amber Turd.